Chaparral hillside full of chamise, and here on the edge, white sage. White sage, very aromatic, very important plant for the local Indians, very important plant for the bees. Okay, I'm going to take this little stick, I'm going to grab onto this petal and pull it back, kind of like a bee would have to do. You can see it opens up, and right down inside, right where I'm pointing the end of that stick, is where the nectar is. And on either side of the stick is a stamen, and in the process of the bee poking down in there getting nectar, the bee will collect pollen on its body. So when it goes off to another flower, it will accidentally touch this other structure. This little thin structure here is the style and the female part of the flower. So this is for receiving the pollen, and the stamen were for distributing the pollen. So you got a real complex sort of a story here with this strange looking flower on white sage. One of the three most important plants for honey. The bee will get right down into the flower, pull out nectar as well as pollen, incorporate that into its hive for honey making. The Indians use this as a deodorant. The young Indians before the hunt would smear this on their body to take away human smells, and they could get closer to the deer. They smelled like chaparral hillside rather than human hunter. Also, the seeds a little later on in the year would be added to shawi, an Indian mush. They were added for two reasons. One, they had flavor, more flavorful than most of the other seeds added, and they also were very nutritious. Almost 8% protein, almost 7% oil. The protein especially was important in the diet of the local Indians here. White sage, because the leaves are pale, thus the name white sage. They're pale because there's some fuzziness there, which reflects the sun and helps it get through the hot days in the arid hillsides of Southern California. Stems are squarish, leaves are opposite. That's a feature of the mint family that this belongs to. Very aromatic, like most mints and other salvias. This is Salvia apiana, white sage. The apiana part of the scientific name is in reference to bees. Very popular with bees. Important honey-making plant here in the chaparral of the San Diego region.